Hey, exotical beauties of the world. This is your girl with exotical rants. And I was just thinking about something. You know what I was thinking about? Barbara the Builder. And why the economy needs you to stay single. Let me tell you, girls. Especially, they need us girls to stay single because we drive the economy. When we're single, we're spending more money. We have to we just shop a lot more when we're single because we're trying to stay up with the latest fashions. They need us to stay single because they need workers. I mean, that's one reason why they want us to stay single. They need workers. Especially women of color, they want us to stay single because they need workers. And they know when we're single, we can't job hop the way we can when we have a man. Most of the time when we have a man, like a husband, a boyfriend, a sugar daddy, or any man in our life that's taking care of us, even our dads, they know we can get up and leave that job. We can get up and move the way we want to move. And we are not a slave to that job. So that's one reason they love to keep women of color working and single, because they know they can control us and will drive the economy. Because after we're done working, we're exhausted. Then we want to go shop because we want to get our femininity back. So be careful of people telling you to not get a husband. You don't need a man. You don't. But while they've been married for 20 plus years being taken care of, but they don't want you to get a man. They don't want you to have a relationship that turns into marriage. But their daughter can have it. They can have it. But they're preaching that toxic femininity to you. Beware of other women that's doing that. And those are the same women that are stay-at-home wives for 30 plus years, collecting their husband's pension and other benefits. But they're promoting that you stay and work and you fulfill that career goal, even if you hate it. And they know that long term, most women that desire to be married, that desire to have a family, do not want to have those long term, hectic, stressful careers. But they promote that to us women of color, that we need to have that career. We have to be everything at once every day. But they can sit back and lounge and leisure and be selectively a feminist. But we have to be 24/7 a day feminist. Be very careful of people preaching that to you, especially other women, because they do it all the time. And it's usually older Caucasian women that are preaching this to you. And they're like applauding how strong you are, applauding how much strength you have, or endurance and integrity. They're boosting up your head, playing into your ego, while they're sitting back not doing anything. And they're usually sometimes your supervisor or the person that's really not having to do all the grunt work at work. They're praising you, telling you to keep going, telling you that you are a strong woman. But they never say that to any other women that look like them. They never do that. Be very careful of that toxic femininity. As women, especially young women of color, we need to take those feminists and let them do the work that they claim that they love so much. Let them do that work. And then they'll say, hold on. Well, if you become a traditional housewife, you're under your husband. You're under, what if he tries to tell you what to do, or he becomes toxic? They always scare you to not to get a husband that's a provider, because he can use his masculinity against you. But they never point the finger back at themselves, because I'm like, okay, everybody's relationship is not like that, and all men are not like that. So, but they keep trying to scare you with this propaganda. Really, it is because they need workers. They need you to stay at that job 20 years. They need you there every day at 9 to 5. They need you there because nobody else is going to do that grunt work. They're not going to have their daughters do it. They need you to do it. So be very careful of that toxic femininity, because it's not for your longevity. And women that keep these jobs, that work these jobs for year in, year out, and they become a slave to that job, and sometimes they never get married or even have kids, or if they do have kids, they don't even have time to pick out a good husband or father for those kids. So they end up just keeping the baby, and they're by themselves because they're told the man, he may get violent, he may do this, he may do that. So be very scared, be very fearful of your man, but they don't have to be fearful of their man. They're not fearful of their provider husband while they're sitting at home watching the stories every day during the daytime. They're not fearful of him, but you should be fearful of your man. Be very careful and take what they say with a grain of salt. They will always have you at the front lines and always be at home being protected by their men. But they want you at the front lines, and they promote you as being a strong woman when they can rest in their femininity. And then they tell you, hey, if you're a traditional wife, a traditional housewife, he can leave you at any time and then you'll be poor. But it's a lot of jobs, ladies, that you can do from home, i.e. YouTube, and other jobs you can do from home, and you don't have to leave your house to do it. There's a lot of jobs where you don't have to have a stressful career and still you can make money. Trust me, I know. And don't let those feminists get too far in your head, because they'll quiet down after a while, then they'll come back up with it. And it's always a new one, because that feminist before them has gotten married and is now a stay-at-home a housewife or stay-at-home mom. But they preach it to you, and they feel like you should live out that lifelong dream of a feminist 24/7. Just look at Ebony Williams, a beautiful woman. Actually, I think she is an exotical as well. I think she's an MGM exotical. But they preached that to her, and now she had a baby, like a test tube baby, because she waited so long thinking that she had to be a career woman in order to be a wife. You do not have to do that. Do what fits your lifestyle, and remember, never let somebody work you into the ground. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But let me know in the comments what you ladies think. And any of those toxic feminists that get in my comments, I will block you. Have a great day. Bye, Exoticals.